Hey, Kyle Michael here with Michael Real Estate and RE/MAX Momentum. I'm here with Jen Venerable with the Rocky Mountain Lions iBank, and we are actually here at Something Brewery over here in Brighton, Colorado for the next episode of our Sip and Support. How you doing today?
I'm great, thanks.
Perfect. All right, what is Rocky Mountain Lions iBank? Tell us a little bit about it.
Great question. So the easiest way to describe the Rocky Mountain Lions iBank is actually, I'm gonna show you my driver's license. Just don't look at the picture, any of that. So you see that heart with the Y on it? Means I'm an organ donor. It actually means I'm a registered organ, eye, and tissue donor.
Okay.
And the Rocky Mountain Lions iBank helps with the eye donation part of that process.
Oh, wow, okay. I did see on their website you could donate, and I actually have a person in the office we were talking about. She actually she's a recipient of one of the eyes.
Oh, really?
So yeah, we were talking a little bit about it, and I was wondering how the donation piece works. So that's kind of interesting to know. What's kind of your role with them?
Yeah, my role is the community and professional relations manager. So part of our leadership team, my role is to go out and help educate the community and share stories of people who receive transplants and those who are family members of donors.
Perfect. When did it start up? Why was it start up? Tell us a little bit about the history of the nonprofit.
Absolutely. So we were founded in 1982 by the Lions Clubs of Colorado and Wyoming.
Okay.
So we are a 501c3 nonprofit in Colorado and most of Wyoming. And we are accredited by the iBank Association of America and regulated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Okay. Do you guys work directly with Colorado and Wyoming donors and things like that, or just in those states alone?
Yes,
Okay.
we procure the donated eye tissue from deceased donors in Colorado and most of Wyoming, and we do have tissue for transplant Colorado, and then if we meet the needs of the surgeons there, we're able to help sometimes other iBanks in other parts of the country and maybe even the world.
Oh, that's awesome. Why does it mean so much to you? It's kind of one of the questions where you're here and I'm interviewing you. This is why I love to do this, because it means so much to you for some reason. Why is that?
So I didn't know much about organ and eye and tissue, nothing about eye donation before. Right before the pandemic started, I had a neighbor who he lost his life in a tragic accident, and his wife shared with us that he was an organ, eye, and tissue donor. And I just thought, well, of course he was. He was such a giving person. Of course, that's something he would want. And so that was kind of my first really entree into thinking about how it can really help save and change people's lives by leaving a legacy after you're gone.
Yeah, absolutely. So what exactly do you guys do in terms of somebody has passed away with the eye? What's kind of the process for all of that?
Sure. We have staff that go out and procure the eye tissue, preserve it, bring it back, qualify it under the microscope, and then provide it to surgeons who need it for transplant surgery and research.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. How many a year do you guys typically do, or do you have those numbers?
It's thousands. It really just varies. Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. You guys launched a new exhibit you were telling me about called the Circle of Light Photo Project. Tell me a little bit about that. I know you're very excited about it.
Love this project. It's probably the most favorite part of my job. So in May, we started this traveling exhibit where we have 19 images from people who've received a cornea transplant.
Oh, wow.
These images of what they can see now that they can see.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. We've had it from medical centers to libraries, and we actually have a large exhibit up at DIA right now at the airport in Concourse A, just past bridge security. We have it up in the Y, it's called the Y juncture, where you pass security and there's two different ways you can go. So we've got that up through February.
Oh, on the walkway.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. We've had so much interest. We were gonna kind of wrap it up this past fall, but we've had so many facilities say, well, we would like to host it. So we're gonna continue it actually through September 2025.
That's exciting. Awesome. So will you jump from the airport somewhere else? Do you know where it's going to be next, or?
Yeah, the airport one is pretty large, so I don't know if that one will travel as much, but we do have several other exhibits that have been traveling around that are more conducive to a local space.
That's awesome. Cool. As we move into the end of 2024, 2025, nonprofits are continually looking for ways to kind of grow. what events do you have coming up that somebody could get involved in? What events do you have for the nonprofit itself?
Yeah, we're actually going to be at the Broncos game this Sunday.
Oh, that's exciting.
For the Falcons game. Yeah, we'll be outside, not inside the game, but outside the stadium in that Main Street tailgating area. So we'll have a booth and provide education on donations since November is eye donation month.
Perfect.
Probably didn't know that. It's not one of the more well-known months, but it is celebrated across the country just to raise awareness about donation and transplant.
Awesome. Perfect. Hey, no pressure on you, John. You got till this weekend for the Broncos game to get this video done. So.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, it is coming up quickly. But besides that, in 2025, we participate in the Donor Dash, which is a 5K for life for organ, eye, and tissue donation. In April, it's in Wyoming in Casper, and then in July, it's in Wash Park in Denver.
Perfect. Where are you guys located out of, county-wise? I know there's a lot of groups out there, guys who give, girls who give. Where are you guys kind of located at county-wise and kind of get that out there?
We're on the Anschutz Medical Campus.
Oh, okay, perfect.
But we have, our technicians go wherever to hospitals across Colorado and all but 3 counties in Wyoming.
Perfect.
So we're really all over, but I want to say Anschutz is Adams County.
Okay, perfect. And then Colorado Gives Day, I know that's coming up in December. Are you guys a part of that as well?
We are part of Colorado Gives Day, December 10th, so people can absolutely contribute that way.
Perfect.
Do you mind if I ask you something, Kyle?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So part of the Circle of Light is sharing what it's like to have corneal blindness. So I brought a pair of corneal blindness glasses. Yes, if you could put this on, then you can see what it's like to have corneal blindness.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's incredible. That's awful.
Well, leave it on if you would.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm going to show you this picture. This is from the Circle of Light, the first exhibit we actually had. So I'm going to show you that with the glasses on. What do you see?
The old S logo we used to always draw in high school.
Oh, the Superman?
Yeah, right. That's about all I see.
So yeah, not much. Go ahead and take those off and you can see what this is a picture of.
Oh, wow.
Did you see the difference in color with the glasses on?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Someone with corneal blindness can't see difference in color, contrast, shapes, light and dark. So that's one of the ways we help provide education at different events like the Broncos game. We can also go out to different fairs and we have staff that go and we have another, I won't make you put the glasses on again, but we also have a maze where people can try to do the help the bee find the flower.
Oh, there you go.
So we give them the glasses and
there
try.
You go.
Of course, kids are like,
here,
oh,
I'll try it. Let me see it. I'll give it a try. Now that I've seen it though, I'm cheating. I can't tell if the pen's good or not.
It is.
All right. And I'm stuck, I think.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go back around. That's okay.
All right.
Doing pretty good though. You've only had a few sips of your good something brewery beer there.
Yeah. All right, how'd I do?
Well, you crossed over one of the lines, but that's okay. It's all right. That's, really what it's like. People have varying degrees of disease or injury to their cornea, but it's life-changing to be able to get a transplant. So when someone says yes to being an organ, eye, and tissue donor, this is what they're saying yes to helping someone see.
It's unique. I never even thought about the eyes when you say yes to something like that.
Yeah.
It really puts a different perspective on it.
Yeah.
So.
And one thing we really want to make sure that we communicate, help people know about is telling your family about your decision.
Yeah.
So if you are registered to be a donor, it's so important to let your loved ones know so that when the time comes, it's not a surprise. That's not something you want to be surprised about.
I know, absolutely.
And it's not something we want to talk about all the time, but it is important. So Thanksgiving's a great time. No pressure again, John. But Thanksgiving's a great time. We're sharing gratitude to share about our decision.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. How can someone outside of the events get involved with you guys? What is a way to volunteer? What are volunteer ways? Just everything we can do to get involved with you.
Wonderful. Well, and everyone's so busy. So we don't actually there's not a lot of events or things to staff for volunteers. But one thing people can do is if they have a story, a personal story, like your staff member who has a transplant, if they could share their stories with us and then we could share them with other people, that's a big thing. Is I get to hear all these stories all the time.
Right, absolutely.
It's great, but then I feel selfish because nobody else gets to hear them unless I'm sharing them in a medium like this. So if people will share their story with us, whether they've received a transplant, or their family member was a donor. We write blogs, we could do videos, you know, we'd love to help share and spread that awareness.
Yeah, I mean, sharing stories is huge.
Yeah.
I just shared who I was gonna come have a beer with and do a sip and support, and someone in the office today tells me about it, and I learned more in the last 10 minutes talking to her about it than I would have known ever.
Yeah.
And it's just sharing, and then obviously we don't know who and who hasn't had it done and who hasn't benefited from it family-wise, and sharing, that's a great way to do it, absolutely.
Yeah, I would love to, whoever would, if anyone has a story that they'd like to share, just send me a message. I'd love to hear from them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you got anything else for us?
I think that's about covers it. Yeah, I put you to work. I feel good.
There you go. Well, once again, this is Jen Venerable with the Rocky Mountain Lions Eye Bank. We thank you for coming out today. We thank Dustin and David for allowing us Something Brewery over here in Brighton. This is a fantastic brewery. I come here quite a bit. Check them out in Brighton. It's always a pleasure to do these videos in a place that'll let us do it. So we thank you to them. A thank you to John Zamora, once again, behind the camera. Always appreciated. Another sip and support done. Cheers. Have a good one.